My name is David Kasana, and I'm the Vice President of PR and Recruitment for Alpha Sigma Alpha here at Illinois Tech. Here we are in front of our house, and today we'll be doing a house tour. Our chapter was chartered in 1999. On October 23rd, we started as the Women's Interest Group on Illinois Tech's campus as a group of 11 women, and by the time we chartered as the Zeta Phi chapter of Alpha Sigma Alpha, we had 27. Currently, we have 56 members of the chapter, and 28 of them are living in the house right now. So come on in, and I'll show you around. So this is our living room. This is a really popular hangout spot for our sisters. We have a whole bunch of couches, so it's really nice to kind of sit here and just do homework on these tables. But these brown couches are super comfy, so it's also a great place to take a nap in the middle of the day. A lot of sisters do take advantage of that. Over here we have our TV. At IIT we do have Xfinity on campus, so any of the shows that you would get through Xfinity you can watch on our TV. We also have an HDMI cord hooked up to the TV, so any streaming service that you might have a subscription to, you can go ahead and hook up your laptop to the TV, use it as a big monitor, and have movie nights. We are really big fans of the Bachelor universe in this sorority, so we watch that all together, sitting on all the couches. And we do also have a Wii gaming system, so we'll have game nights here as well. So generally a really popular spot for just either socializing, doing homework, taking a nap, really a multi-purpose space. So this is our archive. This is where we have our scrapbooks and photo albums dating back to the beginning of our chapter in 1999. It's really nice to pull these out at sisterhood events and kind of reflect on how the sisters have changed, the house might have changed, but also in the different ways the chapter has stayed the same for the last 20 years. So it's really cool to have these just out in our living room. Back here we have our cubbies. These are for our commuter sisters, those who may not live on campus or not in the house. So if they want to leave some extra chargers like laptop or phone chargers or a spare set of comfy clothes so that if they spontaneously decide to spend the night, they have like a set of pajamas, they can keep it all here. So it's really nice that we can make it a little bit more convenient for our commuter sisters to stay in the house whenever they feel like it. Alright, over here we have our wellness corner. This is our wellness corkboard. Our wellness chair is in charge of both physical and mental wellness for our sisters. So she will put up different resources here for sisters to use if they need to. They'll also put up the schedule for our workout club, since sisters like to work out together, maybe once or twice a week. The schedule will get posted here. Plus, she'll put up the hours for Keating Sports Center, which is our athletic center on campus, so that'll get posted here. And then in general, you can submit a photo of your pets to be put up on the wellness board, because looking at pets is just healthy for everyone, so you want to include that as well. Down here we have our scholarship, sunshine, and sports shout-out boxes. If you want to recognize yourself or a sister for an achievement that has happened recently, you can write it on a little slip of paper and put it in the appropriate box. So if you got an A on an exam, you can put it in the scholarship box. If you've reached a new PR for one of your fitness goals, you can put it in the sports box. Or if you and a sister went out for bubble tea and you had a really good time and you want to recognize the sisterhood that was developed that day, you can put it in the sunshine box. Then we take these out and we read them at the end of our business meetings. So it's nice for everyone to kind of keep up with what everyone else has been accomplishing. Over here we have our conference room. This is a place that we will have closed exec board meetings. You can also use it as a study space if you want, because it's really nice to close the door and you and a few other sisters that might be studying for an exam can all just sit in here and get some work done. We also use this as a place sisters can sign out for individual use. So if you have a video interview or you have a take-home exam that you need to be in a really quiet, non-distracting environment for, you can always sign out the conference room and just use it for yourself. So that's really cool. Back here we have our commuter fridge. Similar to the commuter cubbies, this is a way to help commuter students feel like they have a place in our home even if they don't live here, so sisters can keep their lunch here during the day. We also have a coffee maker so they can get a cup of coffee after they've driven here but on their way to class, so that's nice too. Through here we have actually a guest room. It's free for sisters to use, so if you have a parent coming to visit you or a friend and you don't have room in your own room for them to visit or stay, you can sign out the guest room, and it's a bed, desk, and actually a private bathroom through here as well. So it's really nice for when you have parents or maybe a guest of a different gender coming and staying. If they feel more comfortable in a guest room with their own private bathroom, we have that, and it's totally free, so that's cool too. Over here we have our charter. This is when our chapter was established. This is what certifies us as an official Alpha Sigma Alpha chapter. And then over here we have our trophy and award case. This section here is all awards we've received from the university. The middle section is all awards we received from our nationals. And then this final section is a mix of both nationals and university awards because we couldn't fit them all in just the two sections. Zeta Phi chapter has been routinely recognized by both the university and nationals as a really strong and leadership-driven chapter. Even just recently, one of our own sisters, Megan Burrill, was named as the Outstanding Student Athlete by our nationals just a few weeks ago. So Zeta Phi sisters are always looking forward to building themselves as a better women, to building the chapter as a better chapter, and achieving the highest in everything that we do. Welcome to our basement. Over here we have our laundry room. We have 2 washers and 2 dryers, and they are free for the sisters in the house to use, so that's really nice. We also have a shelf in there so you can keep your laundry detergent and dryer sheets. You don't have to lug them up and down from your room, which is also super convenient. Over here we have our gym. One of Alpha Sigma Alpha's aims is physical development, so it's really important that we give our sisters the opportunity to develop themselves physically within their own house. Sisters can do different bodyweight exercises. We have a variety of yoga mats, yoga balls. We also have some weighted bars and other free weights, and then just general mats that you can lay out if you want to do floor work. Over here we have the main area of our basement. This is where we have our chapter meetings. We just have a few couches and kind of cushiony chairs out right now, but we have a bunch of stacking chairs that we pull out during chapter meetings. The entire chapter can fit down here at one time. Outside of meeting use, we also just use this as another place to hang out or do homework. We have a table here, but an even better place to do homework in our basement is actually right over here in our scholarship lounge. So the scholarship lounge has a bunch of textbooks donated by previous sisters. So if you don't want to buy your textbooks for the semester, you can just borrow one from the basement, and that's really nice. We also have a printer down here so you can print, and we have a bunch of tables and chairs so that you can do homework down here as well. So our scholarship chair does a lot of programming for sisters to help them stay on track of their syllabi schedules. So if you feel like you want a little bit of extra help with planning your semester, our scholarship chair is always there for you. Here we have our mailboxes. This is where all of your paper mail and your packages will come when you live in the house. A lot of the sisters that don't live in the house and live in other housing options on campus actually prefer to have their packages sent here because it's easier. All the packages will just be in front of the mailbox and you don't have to have a slip or a certain number to go and pick up your package from the post office on campus as well. Through this way, we'll come across our kitchen. So all the sisters in the house can use the kitchen. Our meal plan does provide lunch and dinner for us Monday through Friday, made fresh every day, but we don't get meals on weekends. We will have leftovers from the meals that we got during the week to eat on weekends. However, if you wanted to make yourself some eggs or just some pasta, a different fresh meal, you can come into the kitchen and make it here. As you can see, we have this steel container with a little bit of green on it. That is our compost container. We actually have compost set up right outside our house back here next to our garbage and recycling. So we're trying to make a better impact on the world through our actions in the house, which is pretty cool. Over through here, we have our dining room. As you can see, we've got a bunch of really long tables set up. On these tables over here is where the chefs will put their food, and then everyone will line up buffet style with their plate, go and grab a sandwich, some soup, pasta, whatever we're eating that day, and then go ahead and take a seat at one of these long tables. Because it does look like the really long tables in the Great Hall like Harry Potter, we like to joke that, oh, it's time for the grand meal, and people will be yelling at each other across the room, get really funny conversations. The conversation always ends up going into the weirdest directions, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of really cool memories actually end up getting made at our meal times. So this is our moving composite. So this is the one that gets updated every semester with anyone that has graduated being moved off the composite and any of our new members being added on at the bottom. It's really funny to kind of see yourself through your time at ASA moving slowly up the composite. I can remember when I was like completely down here at the bottom, and now that I'm in my last year, I'm all the way up here on the top row. So you can choose your photo that you want to put up here, and then you can change it up to every semester. So if you want to be super on top of your changes in college, you can change it every semester, or there are some people that they have the same photo that they put up when they were a brand new member, and it's the same photo that's there when they get to the top of the board. So it's totally up to you, but it's really nice to see all the different interests that your sisters have, whether it's swimming, horse riding, hiking, or just, you know, being fabulous. Welcome to the second floor. So this is the second floor front lounge. There are 2 lounges on each floor at either end. Really popular place, again, to hang out, similar to the living room, to do homework in. We also have a really nice view out to the quad, so it's really nice to people watch here as well. This specific lounge is called the Sunshine Lounge. We have names for all of our different ones, so if someone says, being in the Sunshine Lounge, you know, second floor, first front lounge. It's just more fun to say it that way. We also, in the Sunshine Lounge, have our Plant Parenthood, very punny name for our little nursery that we have here. We're big fans of succulents in this house, so you can see we've got lots of succulents propagating here. We have an aloe plant. We also have just other, you know, cacti, different plants that sisters are growing themselves. As we walk through the hallways on the second floor, you may notice these red letters on the wall. This is actually our creed. We have it painted all around the circumference of the second floor, and it's just nice whenever you walk out to see it and remember what our main purpose is, and Alpha Sigma Alpha, which we always strive towards, and just, you know, kind of lifts your spirits every time you see it. Over here, we're going to walk into Chandrika's room. Say hi, Chandrika. Hi. So Chandrika has a basic Alpha Sigma Alpha furniture setup. Our furniture is different compared to the other rooms on campus. You can see she has this really big Alpha Sigma Alpha desk. It's, I'm pretty sure, the biggest desk style that we have on campus. She also has her bed against the wall. The air conditioner is typically set in the window, and then opposite to the air conditioner is the part of the window you can open to get in some fresh air. You have 2 chests of drawers. This room is actually set up to be a double, so you have 2 wardrobes, 2 chests of drawers, and you have a second mattress underneath the bed. But right now we only have 1 person living in each room of the house, so Chandrika has it set up as a single. The room is pretty spacious, so if you did have 2 people living in here, it's really comfortable. But it's also really nice when you do get to have one of these rooms as a single, because you just get all that extra space to have people over, or just, you know, even if you wanted to work out in your room instead of in the basement, it's just nice to have all this space to yourself. Here we are in Stephanie's room. This is another example of a room you can have in the ASA house. This would be a double, but right now we have just 1 person living in every single room in the house, so she's got it set up for a single. Looks pretty spacious. Stephanie doesn't have the big ASA desk that you saw in the last room. She has a smaller one, so if you want a little bit of extra space in your room, this is an option as well. You can paint your rooms here at ASA, which is a little bit of an advantage over the rooms in other dorms, because you can personalize it a little bit more to your aesthetic. So Stephanie's got this really beautiful green ombre going on to kind of match her more outdoorsy hiking personality, because Stephanie loves being outdoors. So here we are on the 3rd floor, and actually each floor is a giant rectangle, and in the middle of it is the communal bathroom. So you take a look here. So there's 2 sinks in each bathroom, and then in between the sinks you have the entrance into the showers. Each floor has 3 showers, and there is 1 handicapped shower on each floor as well. And then we also have 3 toilets over on this side too. The bathrooms are cleaned through the school, since the building is owned by the school, so we do have custodial staff that's coming through and cleaning everything, which is really nice. Here we have my room. It's another one of the ASA rooms that could be a double, but is set up as a single. I've actually lived in this room the entire time I've been in ASA, even when I just moved in. And you may notice the furniture in this room is a little bit different. It's still the same ASA furniture that you saw in the other rooms. The only thing is I decided, instead of painting the walls, which were completely white, I was just going to make the furniture match the walls, so I put marble contact paper over literally all of the furniture in my room. It didn't make sense for me to paint my walls because I had so many different postcards and memorabilia I wanted to put up from my study abroad, and so it was just going to cover up the walls, so I painted it anyway, so I figured that was just going to make more sense for me. And again, ASA allows you a lot of customization with your rooms, so aside from painting the walls, you could also, you know, put contact paper on your furniture or anything else. Nothing that will like damage them, obviously, but I just really like the way that this all ended up. I've been here for a while. As you can see, this is a different room setup. I have my bed against the wall and fitting right against the desk. The furniture here is actually kind of perfectly measured to the room. So the width of the bed is 1/2 the width of the desk, so you can completely fit the desk and the bed all along one wall. Alright, now we're going to head to the lounge on this floor. Like I mentioned downstairs, each floor has 2 lounges, one on each side, but they are a little bit different. However, each floor will have at least 1 lounge with a fridge in it, as well as a microwave. So you don't have to go all the way downstairs if you want to reheat your leftovers, or if you don't have a fridge in your room but you do want to keep some food, you can always keep it in the lounge fridge, so make sure you get it before it gets nasty. And then again, we have a really beautiful view of the quad from here, so it's really nice to people watch, and also do homework, hang out with sisters, and generally socialize. Here we are in Sydney's room. She is in one of our 8 designated singles. The single rooms are on the 4 corners of each floor, so we have 8 in the house, and they're singles because they are slightly smaller than the other rooms in the house, so it's nicer to have just one person in them. One of the benefits of having a designated single room is that you only have 1 set of furniture, so you don't have to worry about storing an extra bed or an extra desk if you're a single person in a 2-person room. Also, since you are on the corner of the house, your door will be on the corner of the room rather than in the center, so it makes a little bit easier to do different room setups with your furniture, so that's also nice. You can set them up pretty much however you want. You can see Sydney has these really beautiful Christmas lights going. She's got a blue theme going on. As I mentioned earlier, you can repaint your room when you move in, so it doesn't matter if you're only going to be there for a semester or you're trying to stay in that room for the entire year. You can always paint it, make some murals, or leave it how you found it if that's what you want. So that's it for our house tour. Thanks for joining us. Please be sure to follow us on our social medias at ASA Zeta Phi on Instagram and on Snapchat so you can keep up with our recruitment events. We look forward to seeing you soon, and go Hawks!